Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Common English Decoded. I'm so happy you're joining us today. Whether you're watching from home, on your commute, or maybe taking a little break at work, we are so glad you're here.
Hey there, great to be back. I have to say, I've been really looking forward to today's episode. This is one of those topics that pretty much everyone struggles with, whether you're a beginner or even an advanced speaker.
Oh, absolutely. And honestly, even native speakers sometimes freeze up in social situations. I remember being at a work event last month and just completely blanking. I had nothing to say. It was so awkward.
Ha, that happens to everyone. So today, we're talking about small talk. How to start a conversation, how to keep it going so it doesn't just die out, and how to end it naturally without it feeling weird or rude.
By the end of this episode, you'll have real phrases you can use right away. Not textbook English. Actual, natural expressions that people use every day in offices, at parties, in shops, at bus stops, everywhere.
We want to hear from you. Tell us in the comments, what's the hardest part of small talk for you? Is it starting the conversation, keeping it going, or finding a way to end it politely? Drop your answer below. We read every single comment.
And if you're new here, welcome. Make sure you hit that subscribe button on Common English Decoded so you never miss an episode. We post every week and we'd love to have you as part of our community.
All right, let's get into it. We're going to start right at the beginning. How do you actually open a conversation with someone you don't know very well? Let's go.
Okay, so starting a conversation. This is where a lot of people get stuck. You see someone, maybe a coworker you don't know well, or someone at a party, or even a neighbor, and you want to say something, but your brain just goes completely empty. Sound familiar?
So familiar. And the thing is, small talk doesn't have to be deep or interesting. The whole point of small talk is just to make a connection. You're basically saying, "Hey, I see you. I'm friendly. We're okay." That's it.
Exactly. So the formula is simple. Comment plus question. You make a small observation about something you both can see or experience, and then you follow it with a question to invite the other person in. Let me give you some examples.
Great idea. So, if you're in an elevator at work, you could say, "Busy day today, isn't it?" That's a comment. Then add, "What department are you in?" That's the question. Or, if you're waiting for coffee at a cafe, try, "This line is moving so slowly. Do you come here often?" Easy, right?
And one of the most classic small talk topics? The weather. I know. Everyone says the weather is boring, but it works. Because it's something everyone is experiencing. It's so cold today, isn't it? Did you hear we might get rain this weekend? That's a perfect small talk opener.
Other great topics to start with? The environment around you, something you're both doing or waiting for, a recent event or holiday, or even a compliment. "I love your bag. Where did you get it?" A genuine compliment is one of the warmest ways to start a conversation.
Now, what about if someone tries to start a conversation with you and you want to respond well? Don't just say yes or no. Expand a little. If someone says, "Nice weather today, right?" Don't just say, "Yeah." Say, "Yes, finally, it feels like spring is actually here." Are you going to do anything outside this weekend? Now you've turned it into a real conversation.
Here's a little challenge for you. Pause this video right now and try to think of 3 conversation starters you could use tomorrow. Write them in the comments. We'd love to see what you come up with. It's great practice, and we'll cheer you on.
And don't worry about them being perfect. The best conversation starters are natural and simple, not impressive or clever. If it sounds too prepared, it actually feels less friendly. Keep it light, keep it easy.
So to recap, use the comment plus question formula. Stick to shared topics, weather, your surroundings, recent events, or compliments. And when someone talks to you, expand your answer and throw a question back. That's how you start a conversation naturally. Wonderful. Let's keep going.
Okay, so now you've started the conversation. Great. But then, what? Sometimes there's that awful moment where both people run out of things to say, and you're just standing there smiling awkwardly. Let's fix that.
The secret to keeping a conversation going is something called follow-up questions and the FREE technique. FREE stands for family, recreation, employment, and education. Those are the 4 topics that almost always give you something to talk about with anyone.
So let me show you how it works. Imagine you've just started chatting with someone at a party. They say they just moved to the city. You could say, "Oh wow, where did you move from?" That's employment or education territory. Then, "What brings you here? Work?" And then, "Do you have family here too?" That's family. You've suddenly got a whole conversation flowing.
And the key is to listen actively. Don't just wait for your turn to talk. Actually hear what the person says and pick something from their answer to follow up on. That shows you're interested, and people love feeling heard. If they mention they have a dog, ask about the dog. Oh, what kind of dog? How old is it?
Let's practice. Imagine I say to you, "I just got back from a trip to Portugal." What would you say to keep the conversation going?
I'd say, "Oh, amazing. Was it your first time there? What was your favorite part?" See, I asked 2 questions in a friendly, casual way. That keeps the momentum going. You can also share a little about yourself. "I've always wanted to visit Portugal. What made you choose it?" Now it feels like a real exchange, not an interview.
Now, formality matters too. With a coworker or your boss, you'd probably stay away from very personal topics. Keep it to work projects, the weather, weekend plans, current events. With a friend of a friend at a casual event, you can go deeper: hobbies, travel, opinions. Read the room and match the level.
Here are 3 quick tips. First, use echo responses. Repeat a key word from what they said to show you're listening. If they say, "I love hiking," you say, "Hiking? Where do you usually go?" Second, share something brief about yourself after asking. It makes it feel balanced. Third, use phrases like, "That's interesting, tell me more," or, "Oh wow, what happened next?" These are conversation gold.
Go ahead and write in the comments. What's a topic you find easy to talk about in small talk? And what topics do you find really difficult? We want to know, and it might give us an idea for a future episode.
To review, use FREE, family, recreation, employment, education as your topic guide. Listen actively and follow up on details. Match your formality to the situation. And use echo responses and "tell me more" to keep the momentum alive. You've got this. Let's look at the final piece of the puzzle.
All right, we've started the conversation, we've kept it going. Now here's the part people often forget to practice. How do you end it gracefully? Because there's nothing worse than that moment where you both know the conversation is over, but neither person knows how to actually leave.
Ha, yes. The "okay, so" moment. You start kind of slowly edging away, and it just gets more and more uncomfortable. The trick is to give what I call a closing signal, a phrase that signals the conversation is wrapping up, followed by a warm farewell.
Let me give you some really natural phrases for this. You can say, "Well, it was really great chatting with you." Or, "I should let you get back to it." Or, "I don't want to keep you. It was so nice meeting you." These are all polite, warm, and completely clear that you're wrapping up.
And here's an important tip. Always end with a forward-looking statement. That means you say something positive about the future, even if it's small. For example, "Hopefully I'll see you at the next team meeting," or "Let's catch up properly soon," or even just "Enjoy your weekend." It leaves the conversation on a high note.
You can also use an excuse to exit, and that's completely fine and normal. Oh, I should go grab some food before it's all gone. Or, I need to make a quick call, but it was so nice talking to you. You don't need to give a huge explanation. A small, natural excuse is perfectly polite.
Tone really matters here. Smile. Make brief eye contact. Speak warmly. Even if you're a bit relieved the conversation is ending, don't let that show. You want the other person to walk away feeling good about the interaction. That's what small talk is really for, building a little positive feeling between people.
Let me give you a full example. Imagine you're at a work event and you've been chatting with a colleague for a while. You might say, "It was so great catching up with you. I feel like we never get to talk properly at the office. I'm going to go say hello to a few more people, but let's make sure we grab coffee sometime this week." That's warm, genuine, and leaves things open for next time.
Now you try. Think of a situation where you'd need to end a conversation. Maybe at a party, after a meeting, or at a social event. Say out loud, yes, actually speak, how you would end it. Speaking practice out loud is one of the fastest ways to improve. Don't be shy, even if you're alone at home.
And let us know in the comments. Do you find it hard to end conversations? Do you sometimes stay in a conversation way longer than you wanted to because you didn't know how to leave? We definitely have. You're not alone.
So the structure for ending is closing signal, then a warm farewell, then a forward-looking statement. Keep your tone positive. Use a natural excuse if you need one. And remember, ending a conversation well leaves a great impression. It's just as important as starting one.
Okay, let's talk about mistakes. And we're going to be very honest here. We have made all of these mistakes ourselves. Small talk is a skill, and like every skill, it takes practice. So don't feel bad if you recognize yourself in any of these.
Mistake number 1, giving one-word answers. If someone asks, "How are you?" and you just say, "Fine," that's a conversation killer. The conversation can't go anywhere from fine. Instead, try, "Pretty good, actually. I had a really nice weekend. We went hiking. How about you?" See how that opens things up?
Mistake number 2, talking only about yourself. Small talk is an exchange. If you spend 5 minutes talking about your weekend, your job, your opinion, without asking the other person anything, they'll start to feel invisible. Remember the rule: share a little, then ask. Share, then ask. Balance is everything.
Mistake number 3, going too deep too fast. Small talk is called small for a reason. If someone says, "How are you?" and you launch into a detailed story about your health problems or a difficult family situation, that can make people very uncomfortable. Save the deep stuff for when you actually know someone. Start light.
Mistake number 4, using your phone during small talk. This one seems obvious, but it happens so much. If you're on your phone while talking to someone, you're sending a very clear message. You're not interesting enough for my full attention. Even if that's not what you mean, that's how it feels. Put the phone away.
And a little humorous one. Mistake number 5, bringing up controversial topics too soon. Politics, religion, money. These are not small talk topics with people you don't know well. I once made the mistake of mentioning a political topic to someone I'd just met, and yeah, the conversation ended pretty quickly after that.
Ha! We've all done something like that. Here's the good news. Every single one of these mistakes is fixable. You just need to be aware of them. So here's a little challenge. Next time you're in a conversation, try to catch yourself if you start doing any of these. Just notice it. Awareness is the first step.
Tell us in the comments, which of these mistakes do you think you make most often? No judgment, we're all learning together. And honestly, just recognizing a mistake is already huge progress. You're doing great.
Time for some practice. Let's do a quick choose the better response activity. I'll give you a situation and two possible things to say. You decide which one sounds more natural and why. Ready? Let's go.
Situation 1. You're at a party and you see someone standing alone. Option A. So, what do you do for work? Option B. Hey, great party, right? Do you know the host well? Which one is better and why?
Option B is better. Starting with what do you do for work can feel like an interview. Starting with a comment about the party, something you're both experiencing, feels much more natural and warm. It's that comment plus question formula we talked about.
Situation 2. Someone says, I just got a promotion. Option A. Oh, nice. Option B. Oh, wow. Congratulations. What's the new role? That's so exciting. Which is better?
Definitely option B. Option A kills the conversation. Option B shows enthusiasm, asks a follow-up question, and makes the other person feel celebrated. And you know what? People really remember how you made them feel.
Situation 3. The conversation has been going on a while and you need to leave. Option A. Okay, bye. Option B. It was so lovely chatting with you. I hope we get a chance to catch up again soon. Obvious choice here?
Option B, 100%. Always end warmly. Okay, bye is fine with your best friend, but in small talk situations, a warm closeout matters. It's what people remember about you.
Now, here's your challenge. Write your own small talk conversation in the comments. Just 3 or 4 lines. A starter, a response, a follow-up, and a goodbye. We will read them and will give you feedback. Real practice, real feedback. It doesn't have to be perfect, it just has to be real.
And please, say it out loud too, not just in your head. The physical act of speaking is so important. Your mouth needs to practice these phrases, not just your brain. Trust us on this one.
Remember, real conversation is always better than perfect conversation. A small mistake with confidence feels 100 times more natural than a perfect sentence said with fear. Be brave, be friendly, and keep going even when it's imperfect.
And that brings us to the end of today's episode. We covered so much ground. You now have real tools for every stage of a small talk conversation. And honestly, I think this is going to make such a difference for you in your daily life.
Let's do a quick recap of our 3 main areas. Number 1, starting a conversation. Use the comment plus question formula. Stick to shared topics like weather, your environment, compliments, or recent events. Number 2, keeping it going. Use the free method. Listen actively, use echo responses, and balance sharing and asking. Number 3, ending naturally. Give a closing signal, add a warm farewell, and always finish with a forward-looking statement.
You've got this. Seriously, small talk is a skill, just like riding a bike or cooking. And the more you practice, the more natural it feels. Be patient with yourself. Every conversation is a chance to get a little better.
Here's a little reflection question for you. Think about the next social situation you're going to be in this week. It could be at work, at the shops, at a family gathering, anywhere. What's one thing you're going to try that you learned today? Tell us in the comments. We genuinely want to know.
If you found this episode helpful, please give it a thumbs up. It really helps Common English Decoded reach more learners just like you. Share it with a friend who's learning English. Leave us a comment with your thoughts. And of course, Subscribe to Common English Decoded so you catch every new episode. We come out with new content every week, and we are so grateful for every single one of you.
Thank you so much for spending this time with us. You showed up, you learned, and that already puts you ahead. We're rooting for you in every conversation you have. You've got the tools, now go use them. We'll see you next time.